Hello, viewers, and welcome to African View in the television network, where we give you the latest trending news in the nation of Zimbabwe without fear, without favor. ZANU PF people led by Mnangagwa are all not happy with the current verdict, which was delivered by the Zambian Constitutional Court regarding Edgar Lungu. Remember, their horse was Edgar Chagwa Lungu in the upcoming elections, which are coming in 2026, and they were hoping for Edgar Lungu to defeat HH. So, they tried any other person, but at this point in time, there is no one in Zambia who can match Hakainde Hichilema to fight in an election, except for Edgar Chagwa Lungu. So the Court then declared that Chagwa Lungu cannot stand in the 2026 elections, and ZANU-PF is not happy. So here, ZANU-PF Patriot says Zambia's President Hakainde Hichilema has opted for lawfare to suppress democracy in Zambia, and asked who is talking about lawfare to suppress others. It's ZANU-PF. That is the same modus operandi which they use right here in Zimbabwe, and they deny it in Zimbabwe. It's now being used in other countries, as they say, and they're angry. They're running around calling other people's names. So he says he used the captured Constitutional Court to bar former President Edgar Lungu from contesting the 2026 general elections. When Edgar Lungu was president, he arrested Hakainde Hichilema several times for being the opposition leader. He did all sorts of things against Hakainde Hichilema. He even went on to change the constitution, like what Emmerson Mnangagwa and his cronies are trying to do. Vachida 2030 tinenge tichipo. They changed the constitution the same way Emmerson Mnangagwa is doing right now. And in 2016, they successfully then inconvenienced the opposition from getting into office. Whatever they do, these people, they try by all means possible to silence others. But when the same medicine is then given to them, they cry foul. So it's very, very important to note that we are not looking at who is right, who is wrong in Zambia, but we are looking at the people who are crying foul. Why is Mnangagwa and these people angry? Why are they angry with HH? Why are they getting angry with HH? They always say, Makote kana ataura. They denied Job Sikala access to justice. He stayed nearly 2 years behind bars for a crime which he didn't commit. It doesn't need me to agree with Job Sikala for me to tell the truth. Jameson Timber was convicted illegally. They convicted Jameson Timber without committing a crime. They convicted Advocate Fadzai Maere for a crime which is not even in the laws. Several people have been convicted using that law, Wopo Chingono, Job Sikala. Why? It's because they use the courts as the fighting ground to silence critics. And right now they are crying when things are happening in Zambia. Why is ZANU-PF always interfering in other nations' affairs? Why? So it's very, very interesting to see these things happening. Harambi says, you guys are a bunch of cowards who are afraid of your leadership. You comment about what happens next door when the same is done in your country. Yes, right here. Avafanira kunge vachimbototaura vanhu veZANU-PF ndo vanhu vaifana kunge vakatonyarara, because their leaders started this whole thing. And when their ally is now subjected to the same, they must celebrate because ndozvavakadzidzisa vamwe. Yes, that is how they operate, these people. They whip the opposition into line through the courts. Namatai Kwekweza akatozosvika pakuti ndakuenda kukoti kuti apiwe ID, national ID. She has been denied a passport. Yes, passport was seized by unknown persons and has never been returned to her. Which means as a citizen, she cannot travel despite not having a court order telling her to submit her passport. But she's being denied travel documents. These are the same people who are trying to tell us Hakainde Hichilema did wrong in Zambia. So General CM says, so allowing a third term is constitutional in Zambia. Zambia is not ZIM, where laws are changed willy-nilly by ZANU-PF. 2 terms is enough, that's it. Lungu wants a third term, he must join ZANU-PF, they are above the law in Zimbabwe. So I'm going to explain the mistake which was made by Lungu. In 2016, they brought an amendment to the constitution, and that amendment is the one which they are trying to use for Lungu to hold on to as the presidential candidate. But they failed to change one critical point, which says when you hold office twice, you cannot hold office for the third time, which means Lungu held office twice. As he finished the term of another one, he was elected and he held office. And then the next time he was elected again, he held office. That clause, all the other issues then, the Constitutional Court was simply supposed to refer the law back to the National Assembly, because the law itself is faulty. The law itself, it contradicts itself. That is the biggest problem. That is the reason why you see Lungu being denied that access. So it depends on whether you want to read every clause or you want to stick on to one clause or just one section of the law or whatever. So the same thing which Mnangagwa is trying to do right here. So it is what it is in Zimbabwe, and it's very, very sad to see Mnangagwa and these people trying to tell Zambia what to do. How can you blame Hakainde Hichilema for a verdict which was read by the Constitutional Court? It is what it is. We'll continue to watch and see.